Welcome back, race fans. We are starting with a clean slate, new season with Virtual Velocity Racing Super Speedway Series. Guess what? We're back at Talladega Super Speedways to kick off this new season. Running 2.66 miles here this afternoon. Partly cloudy, 78 degrees, doing 60 laps. These cars are pacing. They are off. Let's go through the qualifying order really quick. We have in row one on the inside, a 78 of Christopher Jordan. On the outside, the 98 of Sean Long. Row number two on the inside, we have the 20 car of Corey Kroll. And on the outside, the 61 of Chris Schuessler. Row number three on the inside, we have the 76 of Mike Rideout. And on the outside, the 21 of Michael Allen. Row number four on the inside, car number one of Michael Wingo. And on the outside, the 13 of Joseph Tucker. Row number five on the inside, the number 18 of Austin Call. And on the outside, the 21 of Robert Kahn. Row number six on the inside, the 51 of Jeffrey Vickery, followed by the 90 of Dennis Warrens. Row number seven on the inside, the 10 of Jason Henry, and on the outside, the 91 of Shane Ledoux. And row number eight on the inside, the 5 of Chantel Pottle. These cars are pacing around the long track. Broadcast is brought to you this afternoon by Speed Zone TV. My name is Chris Schuessler. I'll be bringing you this broadcast this afternoon. We have a total of 15 drivers in this race today. It's a long race. Pace car is in. And these drivers should be off shortly. We have the tower on the left-hand side there. Cars are off. Now, as I've mentioned in the past, the qualifying isn't as important at a track like this. A lot of these drivers, I'd say half of them only actually took a qualifying time. Christopher Jordan out in the lead early. Followed by Corey Kroll. A lot of these drivers showing up with new vinyl on their trucks for this new season. Well, we're on lap number two. These drivers are off to a good start, good clean running. Looks like they're starting to go three wide. Looks like Robert Kahn with some new paint on his truck, making it three wide on the high side. He's going to see if he can work his way around. Almost four wide there. A lot of neat driving at the moment. And they're three wide at the moment. Robert Kahn trying to work that high side. See if he can come down and take the lead. And he's doing just that. Came down from the high side, had a little bit of room, had a gap, and brought it down and has taken the lead. Looks like he has Dennis Warnes right behind him. Those two. Oh, and we have a wreck. We're on lap number 3. Early wreck into this race. Caution is out. We're going to go to that Speed Zone TV instant replay and see if we can find out what just happened. And while we're waiting for this Speed Zone TV instant replay, oh, looks like that's tough to see who that is. Is that the 29? 26? I can't see who that was. Apologies. Is that Jason Henry? Allen. That's who that is. That's the 29 of Michael Allen. Looks like he came up just a little bit, bumping Shane Ledoux, causing a little havoc out of that turn. Now, these drivers will have one fast repair, which is going to be beneficial. They can come into the pits, take that fast repair, and come out, and shouldn't impact their race. Now, we're doing 60 laps here at Talladega, so tires aren't a big factor. We will see all of these drivers come in to top off on fuel. It is early, but any advantage to grab some of that fuel and come back out, those drivers will do it. So, behind a pace car again. And looks like these drivers are starting to collect themselves, pacing around. Sean Long in the lead right now. We have Corey Kroll on the outside. He's no stranger to being up front. That's a 51 of Jeffrey Vickery. Chantel Pottle with some new paint there on the high side, running the number 5. So while we're pacing, we do have a couple new drivers here. The number 1 of Michael Wingo is new to this season. We have the number 18 of Austin Call. And I believe the 29, Michael Allen, he's new. He was the one that looked like he caused that last wreck, unfortunately. And that just can happen early in the race. Everyone trying to find their groove. I believe everyone else here is been with this league before. These drivers know each other. We're going green here in just a minute. Pace car is in. And it looks like they're off. Corey Kroll off to a good start on the outside. Sean Long says, "No way, buddy." He's going to hug that inside, which at this stage of the race is an easier line to drive, I think. A little more stable on the inside, probably. Sean Long and Jeffrey Vickery working together on that, trying to see if they can try and pull a gap, perhaps. And we have a lone car on the outside. Not going to do it by yourself. And Sean Long and Jeffrey Vickery just glued to each other. Working well. That's Chantel Pottle behind them. She knows how to work these. Actually, I take that back. That's not Chantal Pottle. It's the 29 of Michael Allen. He's back out there running strong. Had that incident earlier. Got that fast repair. Corey Kroll right behind him. Chris Schuessler behind Corey Kroll in the 61. Robert Kahn. He's rocking a new paint scheme there. Pennzoil truck, the yellow. Be easy him. Robert Kahn, no stranger to victories around these parts. Robert Kahn pushing the 18 of Austin Call. Austin Call new here. New to this league, not new to not new to this track. It looks like he's running strong. So while we're zoomed into some of these trucks running this race, I'm noticing a lot of new paint schemes. Wanted to mention one of our sponsors to this series, Lightning Wraps. Lightning Wraps, you can find them on Facebook, and Lightning Wraps does a lot of the vinyl and the artwork for these trucks. You can reach out to Lightning Wraps, Chantel Pottle's company, and she'll put together a nice custom scheme for you. There's a number 5 right now, Chantel Pottle, and she's been doing vinyl wraps for a long time now. So as you look at some of these trucks go by, you'll see the Lightning Wraps logo. Definitely reach out to them on Facebook. Now we have another sponsor this season, Symmetrics, that I wanted to mention. Symmetrics is a new sponsor. You can find them on Facebook and on Instagram. Um, Symmetrics is a company that builds dashboards for your sim rig, and the dashboards they have different displays and metrics um, that can show you, gearing, flags, what speed you're running, RPM, etc. You can do all kinds of custom um, displays and views with these dashboards. They're really, really cool. They work with a software called SimHub, which I would assume a lot of these drivers probably use for different stuff. They're really cool, and you can find them on Facebook and on Instagram. Um, and really, what it is they advertise hardware developed to give drivers instant feedback. So I would check them out, and we'll talk about them a little bit more. And yeah, so check out Symmetrics, Facebook and Instagram. All right, let's get back to this racing here. Um, Looking at the 5 right now, Chantel Pottle um, running a little back in this race in 12th position. We're back up to the front. We have the 98 Sean Long and 51 of Jeffrey Vickery. These guys always strong competitors. Always see them towards the front of the pack. And I've said this before, calling these races, these super speedway tracks, we're on lap number 14 of 60. you could be towards the back of the pack. It doesn't really matter. You'll see a lot of drivers sometimes prefer to be towards the back until the very end, just because it's a more comfortable, safe position to be in. So um, these drivers are just making their way around. They're running their laps. It does look like we have two defined packs, unfortunately. We did see an incident earlier. There was a truck off track, and looks like we definitely do have a defined pack up front, and then we do have some cars running in the back. So we'll have to see. Sometimes they can work together. They can get in single file and try and catch up. But um, these are our leaders at the moment right here that we're following, with Sean Long in the lead, Jeffrey Vickery behind him. And Michael Allen, he's made a good recovery. He was involved in that accident earlier, and he's back at it. He's running a strong race. He's in third place. So we're on lap number 15, and I think right now, while we are sort of watching these guys make their way, running single file, you know what, I was going to call for a crank it up, and we could really just enjoy the sounds of these trucks. But you know what? Now might be a bad time to do that. I'm thinking that they might be running their pits coming up, and that's going to impact that. So we'll get back to that. We'll get back to a crank it up moment, but we will follow these guys here. They are in single file, and they're probably just in cruising for now, right? You know, early in the race, lap number 16, got a long way to go. No one's being overly aggressive to take a middle lane and be overly concerned with trying to pass. They know that this is a long race, and just let the laps tick down. I'm sure we'll see some more extreme action as we get closer to this finish, but these guys are just running their laps. Some of them probably have their eye on fuel. We have Mike Rideout. He's the 76 there, the yellow truck. Um, right behind the 61 there of Chris Schuessler. This is always an interesting view of these trucks just when they're in single file. And we have the 18 of Austin Call trying to make his way around. It looks like he's solo there. Oh, he does have someone behind him, so it looks like these drivers are going to try and capitalize on this and see if they can make their way around to the front. That was the number 91 of Shane Ledoux behind Austin Call. There's your leader right now, Sean Long, in the threat level midnight paint scheme. And you can see how fast, when you have sort of the right driver pushing you, how quickly you can come around. We have Austin Call trying to see if they can put something together there on that outside lane. And do we have a car coming into the pits? Maybe just running a little inside. And that's the 90 of Dennis Warren's. He has a new paint job this season. Always has those purple highlights, which look really, really cool. And those drivers, that's the second pack now. They're trying to put something together. They're going to see if they can catch up. That's Chantel Pottle in the 5. We have Dennis Warnes. Looks like Christopher Jordan. Okay, now we're flashing over to the 29 of Michael Allen. Now he's off track at the moment. Is he coming around for a pit? Yeah, it looks like drivers are coming in now for their pits. So we're on lap number 20. We're a third into this race. I don't think any of these drivers will. It's not necessary. They won't have to take tires. They're just going to take some fuel. They're going to fill up that tank and get back out there. Now, these green flag pit stops are always really interesting because you want to always make sure that you come out with someone. Otherwise, if you come out on your own, you're going to be in trouble. So these drivers are going to come out. Now, there's that second pack. It'll be interesting to see where they end up with these other drivers that came in for fuel. But yeah, as I was saying, these drivers that are in getting fuel, it'll be interesting to see when they come out. Who's together? Are they all together? Is there someone left behind? That can really make or break their race. So we have the 5 of Chantel Pottle coming in. She's going to take some fuel. Now, I don't know if anyone else is with her. That might be a difficult position for her. Dennis Warren stayed out. As well as Christopher Jordan and Jason Henry. So those guys stayed out. Chantel went in for fuel. So we'll see how this all comes together. You can see on the timing tower, Dennis Warnes, Christopher Jordan, and Jason Henry, they are in the lead at the moment. They will need to stop for fuel at some point. I can't imagine they're going to be able to end. They're coming in right now. So this will be interesting. They're coming in for fuel. Chantel Pottle is back out on track. Now, it's early in the race. These guys don't necessarily, they're not going to be too concerned with trying to jump each other or come out ahead. They just want to try and still stay together so that they can try and make their way back up to the lead pack, which now these cars have come around because we have the 98 of Sean Long. He is back in the lead. Jeffrey Vickery and Austin Call are your top 3. And we'll have to see where Dennis Warnes, Christopher Jordan, and Jason Henry will come out. They have fallen back down, but it'll be interesting to see where they are on track compared to this lead pack, and see if they have a shot to try and close the gap and come back towards the front and compete with these drivers. So everyone playing relatively nice. We did have that one caution early, which you do see at these tracks. Everyone doing a good job of just trying to get these laps in. Sean Long is having a strong race. He's been in the front, I'd say, almost the entire time. And Jeffrey Vickery these two have just they know what they're doing. They're working together. They're putting in fast laps. We have Austin Call, newcomer. Austin Call in the 18. It's good to see a new face, a new truck in this league. It looks like he knows what he's doing. And sometimes it's nice to just have a little confidence in the driver in front of you and just kind of tuck in behind them and just follow them around and let those laps tick away. I don't expect we're going to see any dramatic or aggressive racing at this part of the race. We're still not halfway. And then we see the 20 of Corey Kroll. We recognize that truck from the previous season. Corey Kroll knows how to make his way around these parts. An experienced driver. And behind Corey, we have a Mike Rideout with a new paint scheme, looking sharp in that yellow truck, followed by Robert Kahn. He's in a yellow truck as well. New paint scheme. Now, this is something we don't see that often, but Robert Kahn, he's in the back of this pack, but Robert Kahn is a lap down. And Robert Kahn is usually one of the front runners, so that's unfortunate. You know what? And I have to apologize. That's not Robert Kahn. That's my mistake. Or is it Robert Kahn? You know what? That's car number 30 painted on that. That is Robert Kahn. Robert Kahn is 21 normally, so that's a little confusion on my part. I apologize for that. Sometimes that happens when we have new paints and different downloads, and sometimes there's little confusion on that. But yes, I believe that is Robert Kahn with the new paint and the yellow Pennzoil. So I think what we'll do is we're on lap 28 of 60. I think what we'll do is go to a crank it up moment. And if you're unfamiliar, if you're new to this season, crank it up is where I stop talking and we're going to enjoy the sounds of racing. Turn up the volume just a little bit and let's listen to these trucks just power through. And I think you'll enjoy it. Let's go to crank it up. right, everybody, welcome back. We have 27 laps to go. We are just past the halfway mark. That was an extended crank it up moment. We wanted you to enjoy that racing for just a bit. Give you a little bit of time to grab your favorite soft drink from the fridge, use the restroom, whatever you like to do. But yeah, just break away for a minute, crank it up, enjoy that. Sometimes you just need a break from me, and it's nice to just get to the racing and hear the trucks. All right, so we have 26 laps to go, and everyone just running nice and smooth. And hey, guess what? Sean Long is still in the lead, and guess what? Jeffrey Vickery is right behind him. Oh, and it looks like these cars are coming in for fuel as I speak. All right, we have Corey Kroll getting just a little loose, but he's got it under control. These guys coming in for fuel, and let's see how this all works out. I would imagine they're going to skip tires. I don't think it's unnecessary here at Talladega. They're going to take their oh, and someone's getting tires. What do I know? Tires on at least the right-hand side, probably not all four. We're back out on track. That's the 76 of Mike Rideout. Yellow truck. I love it. A lot of yellow. Now, that's the 30. That's Robert Kahn. Robert Kahn is the 21. So he put incorrect numbers on his truck, but that's okay. Robert Kahn, you know what you're doing on track. It doesn't matter what you do. He's rocking a new paint scheme. It looks great. He's working with Chantel Pottle. Those two, you see them together often on track. They definitely could make something happen. Now they are in a split pack. They are behind, but that doesn't mean anything because we could see a caution and everyone gets back up together, and you just don't know what's going to happen. But Mike Rideout's no stranger. We see a lot of Mike at the front as well. So these guys at least are together. They're going to try and make something happen. They're going to run single file, and well, now we see 76 of Mike Rideout. He's coming into the pits. So yes, all kinds of stuff happening just as I think I know what's going to happen, and then it changes. So we see Mike Rideout coming in. He's by himself, so I don't know how that's going to work out for him. He's going to take some fuel. Don't know if he's going to take tires. I'd imagine he's going to try and just get back out there. 79, 70. Is that 79? Boy, sorry, everyone. I'm still learning a couple new liveries here. Okay, there's Mike. He's coming out of the pits right now. And we have the 51. Jeffrey Vickery. Austin Call right behind him. Austin Call having a good race. He's a newcomer to this season. Newcomer to this league, but he's doing a heck of a job. And that's the 13, lucky number 13. We'll see if Joseph Tucker also new to this league. So we'll see what happens here. Now these drivers are sort of sorting themselves out now with these pit stops, so we'll have to see where everyone comes out, where they're at, who's grouped together, who's by themselves. But it looks like Austin Call now running in the lead. Joseph Tucker and Jeffrey Vickery are your top three, and they are running together. Two new faces in our top three right now. And that's kind of exciting to have some new drivers doing so well. They've driven a clean race. And I would say this race altogether has been a clean race. We did have that early caution. Well, we got 22 laps to go, and as those laps start to count down, that's where the heat cranks up. And so we'll see as people start to put their strategies together, see how much fuel they have. You'll see some of these trucks, then they'll start to be a little more concerned of their positioning on track, and that's where we'll see a little bit more aggressive driving. So, um, yeah, well, we'll see how that comes together. You know, I wanted to take this chance again really quick here. We're looking at the 18 of Austin Call making his way around, but I just wanted to talk again real quick about our new sponsor, Symmetrics. Uh, you guys, you have to check out Symmetrics. It is really, really cool. These guys make 3D printed dashboards for your sim rig. And, you know, I mentioned they're on Facebook and they are on Instagram. You know, they do have a website as well. And I failed to mention that earlier. Um, symmetricsracing.com. You got to check them out. It's really, really cool. You got to check out these dashboards that they make. And they work with SimHub. And SimHub is customizable. You can do all kinds of like really, really cool things with these dashboards. You can see what gear you're in. You can change it to different flags that might pop up on the racetrack. They give you different metrics as far as you know, speed, RPM, etc. It's really, really cool. Their motto is sim racing hardware developed to give drivers instant feedback. And that it does. It looks really, really cool. They make different mounts that will work um, for different brands of hardware for different wheels and stuff that you're running. So it's pretty much customizable to anything that you're using. And then their dashboard mounts to that. So it's really cool. Like I said, check them out. They are new to our season, so I'm going to talk about them. But they look really, 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 really cool. And yeah, check them out. Facebook, Instagram, and their website is symmetricsracing.com. Okay? So we're back at it here. These are our leaders. Austin Call, Joseph Tucker, new faces to this league. We got Jeffrey Vickery. He won our last race from previous season. And then we have Sean Long. So those guys, I would say, are sitting pretty right now at the moment. They are on an island to themselves. Now we have 18 laps, so a caution could change a lot for them right now. But they're making their way around, and they are in a comfortable spot. So we'll see how this race evolves. But look at how close they are. Austin Call and Joseph Tucker. Those guys are glued to each other. I don't know if they're buddies off track or not, but they're working well together. And we have Jeffrey Vickery and Sean Long. Those guys are just four of them moving right along. They're in a comfortable spot, just following single file, trying to carry that speed around track. And they're going to catch up to the pack in front of them. They're going to be lapping these cars. Good for them, bad for the pack that they're catching. So we'll see also how safely they can maneuver around them. A lot of times, you know, you want to just get around them and carry on. And sometimes trying to coordinate all that can end up in a little bit of a mess on track. So we'll see. Hopefully those guys can get around with no nonsense. I'm sure they would love that. Austin Call. He's the number 18 in the Dude Wipes. The Dude Wipes truck. Speaking of Dude Wipes, I didn't even get a chance to do a fake sponsor this race, so that's unfortunate. I had all kinds of stuff in mind, but hey, You never know. We got 16 laps to go. Don't know if we have another caution. Give me an opportunity to run my fake ads, my fake sponsors. So things getting a little congested, I will say, coming through here. We're seeing cars double wide. Even... Okay, so we see the drivers in front try to make their way around. Love those lapped traffic. See Austin Call on the outside. Those drivers just want to get around these guys and say, see ya. Austin Call, Joseph Tucker, they are through. Jeffrey Vickery through. And it looks like Sean Long through. Well, those guys have made it around, and they're going to continue on their pace. So we only have 6 drivers, unfortunately, on the lead lap. This is a little different than what we've seen in past races. Well, unfortunate for us as spectators, but I'll tell you what, fortunate if you're in that top 6. So it's a little confusing when we see these trucks on track because we have drivers that are on the lead lap and drivers that are 1 lap down, but they're all together. And they're going to try and make the most of their race. Now, if we do have another caution, we will have what they call lucky dogs. So the first driver that's a lap down will have the opportunity to make that lap up. So at the moment, it's Christopher Jordan. And that changed right now to Dennis Warnes. Anyway, the first driver that's a lap down will have the opportunity of getting their lap back. So those drivers will want to try and fight for that position at least. And there's a good chance we could still see a caution, of course. We're 12 laps to go. We won't see anything too aggressive, I would imagine, with 12 to go. Now, when we're 2 to go, you're going to see some aggressive driving. These guys are now going to be battling, but we have 12 laps to go. These drivers are still wanting to just settle in and be safe, maintain their position. We have 5 drivers now on the lead lap. This is still sorting itself out a little bit with these drivers in this pack that are lead lap drivers and drivers that are lap down. So like I said, to the viewer, a little confusing to see who's who and where they are at. But I can tell you, we have 51, Jeffrey Vickery. He was last race's winner in the previous season, and he's in the lead right now. So he knows what he's doing. We have Austin Call behind him. Austin Call, newcomer. Having a strong race. Joseph Tucker, another newcomer. He's in 3rd place. Oh, and we see the 51 of Jeffrey Vickery coming in for fuel. Austin Call behind him. A couple of these guys now coming in, and they know they need to stay together to have a successful chance to fight for the win. Jeffrey Vickery, 51, overshoots his pit box just a little bit. That might hurt his race. That's going to be tough because he needed to stay with those drivers. So we'll see where he comes out. He's gonna need to have someone on track to work with, and we'll see where he slots in as he pulls out of the pit lane. But yeah, that could have just killed his race, unfortunately. Looks like he's got no one around. Now he's still on the lead lap, which is good for him. But his opportunity to fight for that win may have diminished. Yeah, he's got no one around, unfortunately. And that's going to kill his race. He'll be on the lead lap, but his chance for fighting for a podium is going to be really difficult right now. He's going to need a caution to try and bring all these cars back together. Otherwise, he's just going to be doing lap after lap, and yeah, podium chances are diminishing. We'll see. We got 9 to go. A lot can happen with 9 laps, of course. This is Talladega. Mike Rideout on the lead. Mike Rideout's going to put, well, he's going to try and put that yellow truck on a podium. He's got a good chance right now. He's going to want to take that win, want to steal that first win. Heartbreaking for Jeffrey Vickery, unfortunately. Just had a botched pit stop. It happens. It's so easy to do. You come into the pits, you're moving so quick, and sometimes you know, someone in front of you can obscure your pit box, and you overshoot it, and yeah, then you're in trouble. You got to back up, and yeah, at a track where you need the draft, if you come out by yourself, which we're watching right now, you just the pack runs away with you. They're running at a different speed, and yeah, it's impossible to catch up. So it is heartbreaking, but we have 8 laps to go, and we're going to move on here to another pit stop cycle here. We have Robert Kahn, and we have Mike Rideout and Chantal Pottle. And they are laps down, unfortunately, but they're going to want to try and still stay together and see what they can do in case we do have a caution. You don't know. Corey Kroll on the outside. Now, Corey is very strategic. I've seen a lot of races where Corey will just try and maintain, and then you'll see you know, the gears moving, I guess I should say. You'll see that as the laps get closer, as they start to tick down, you can see the strategy. You can see him slowly making up position and positioning himself for you know, a podium position. So, and it looks like he's starting to do that. He's just moving forward a little bit. Now, he is a lap down, unfortunately, but this is Talladega. Anything can happen. A little bit of a different race where we have so many cars laps down. But that's okay. It's the first race of the season. Everybody's been off for a couple weeks. Had to dust off the simulator. And everyone's just probably trying to find their comfort again in being back behind the wheel. And maybe that's what's going on here. We do have 5 cars in the lead. Lead lap, I should say. Austin Call, the number 18. We've seen a lot of Austin this race. He is in lead. driving the Dude Wipes car. And Joseph Tucker behind him again. Those two have been running a strong race together. They are glued together. And I believe the drivers that are right behind those two are lapped cars that are just pacing with the leaders. But I don't believe they're in any range of taking podium positions here. That's the number 10 of Jason Henry on the outside. Jason Henry is a lap down, unfortunately for him. So I show Mike Rideout is in third place right now. I don't see where he is on track at the moment. He's, there we go. He's in that second pack right now. Followed by Jeffrey Vickery, which is the 51. So it looks like, and we didn't see it happen. We were following the front pack, but it looks like he did make his way back up, Jeffrey Vickery. So he was solo. He was by himself for a while, but he did make his way back up to this pack. So he's behind Mike Rideout at the moment. Mike's in third place. So Jeffrey had a botched pit stop, unfortunately, but he does have a shot at a podium still, which is nice. Here's a shot at this third place. So we'll have to see how that unfolds. We are 2 to go, so I think we're going to see some drivers sorting around a little bit. We're going to see some a couple aggressive moves. That's Chantel Pottle, the number 5, in the lead of this pack. So these drivers are going to try and, well, they're mixed with drivers that are on lead lap. So it is a little bit of an interesting situation here. Everyone is still fighting for as many points as they can get. Even if you're lapped down, you know, there's still what position you're going to finish in at the end of the race. So everyone wants to get as many points as they can. So no one's giving up. Now, here we are back in the front. We're 2 to go. Austin Call in the lead. Joseph Tucker behind him. White flag. That means we will not see a caution again. These guys will race to the end. However this finishes, we will not see a caution. Now we see Joseph Tucker on the outside. He's trying to make his way in front of Austin Call. He's on the outside. The outside lane is pretty quick now. It's rubbered in. Austin Call's not going to have it. He's hanging in there. And we have a driver down. Oh! Driver off the track. Guy's getting a little loose. Austin Call has lost it. We have Joseph Tucker in the lead. Checkered flag. Joseph Tucker. Now, he was behind Austin Call most of the race, but he had enough power to get around him, slingshot his way around, and take that lead. Congratulations to Joseph Tucker taking that win. Austin Call in second place, and look, Mike Rideout holds off Jeffrey Vickery for third place. Jeffrey Vickery making a good comeback. Had a botched stop, but hey, took fourth place. Very good. We have Sean Long in fifth place. Christopher Jordan. Didn't see a lot of Christopher Jordan. Sixth place. Seventh place was Jason Henry. Eighth place, Corey Kroll. Ninth place, Dennis Warrens. And in 10th place, Shane Ledoux. We'll follow lucky number 13 here. I guess 13 is lucky. Joseph Tucker. He's gonna do his donuts. Maybe he won't do his donuts. We'll see. Mike Rideout in that new paint scheme. Joseph Tucker's. Okay, here we go. He's going to take his victory donuts. He said, I'm new to this league, guys. Hello, welcome, and I'll take that first win. Congratulations to Joseph. That was a good, clean race. He drove well the entire race. And hats off to Austin Call as well. Those guys they were together. They drove well together all race. And good to see Mike Rideout. We see him a lot. Taking that third place, we see a lot of Mike Rideout. Familiar face, familiar name. Not a familiar truck. He's running a new paint scheme. But yeah, he takes that third place podium. And he says, I'll park that. All right. Well, let's get back to our sponsors really quick. I just want to mention Lightning Wraps again, really quick. Lightning Wraps is a um, company by Chantel Pottle. She does wraps for your trucks, wraps for your cars. Um, Reach out to her. She's on Facebook. A lot of these vehicles that you've seen, a lot of these trucks, probably half of them were done by her. So she can do anything you want. Reach out to her. That she's on Discord as well. She can do anything you want to just give her some ideas. And yeah, it's really exciting to see what she can come up with. I mentioned Symmetrics. I'll talk about them again. Symmetrics is the company. They make 3D printed dashboards, really, really cool looking. Um, Find them on Facebook and on Instagram. And their website, let me look that up really quick, is symmetricsracing.com. Really cool 3D printed dashboards for your rig. They make all different kinds of mounts for your rig so that their product will just then mount to the mount that they make. It's really cool. And they have all kinds of different displays and metrics. You can see what gear you're in. If there's flags that happen to pop up, it'll rate your speed, RPM, etc. It's really cool. Check them out. They're new to us here at Speed Zone TV. It's a really cool product. Their motto is sim racing hardware developed to give drivers instant feedback. It looks really, really cool. Clean, professional. It's a nice little accessory to have on your rig. So check them out. Sim Metrics. Just want to make sure that everyone understands that. We've been running their ad on Speed Zone TV. Race is brought to you today by Speed Zone TV. And my name is Chris Schusler for Speed Zone TV. And hey, we've completed race number 1 here. This is a virtual velocity racing super speedway series. We just finished race number 1 at Talladega. And if I remember right, we might be at Daytona sometime next week. So thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next week.